My short film's called A Moment in Time. It's a 5-minute escapism film aimed at anyone who is interested in an appreciation for life. This short explores a brief moment in time and what it actually means for someone. Now, the rationale behind it is that it's a glimpse into a moment in time, creating or focusing on a tango between two characters. I shall use slow motion, emphasise sound, as well as a musical score. This will allow me to manipulate the viewer's perception so that they see it as the characters do, feeling what the characters feel. It explores the basic idea that we all have a desire to feel appreciated, wanted or important. To show this, I'll simply have two characters, a male and a female, walking through a crowd. Their eyes will lock, they'll walk towards each other, they make a pause, but as they approach each other, they'll just continue walking past, as happens in real life. My project questions the simple idea of a shared moment in time and what it could mean to someone. It questions everyone's desire to meet that special person or even just to feel noticed, important or special. This film will be stylistic and dreamlike, an ever popular idea as the strange and different will always intrigue us. Short film Nuit Blanche successfully applies similar ideas to mine, as well as Chinese film In the Mood for Love. I think this film would be best distributed, played, etc. at festivals due to its short timing. I think self-networking and promotion via the internet will also be the backbone in the making of my film being a success. I'll admit I haven't looked further into distribution at the moment because my focus has been on locking a script and doing the short storyboards and stuff so that I actually have something to work towards, because not so long ago I didn't have any sort of definite idea. It was quite a vague generalisation, but now I've solidified that and I can move on to proper distribution sources. For the budget, I'm only going to need about 20 quid to £100, I'm assuming, for some amateur actors. Possibly a small budget of 50 to 100 quid for costume. However, I feel the cast will have suitable daytime clothing for this. They're just ordinary people in this movie. Well, they're going to look like ordinary people, so costume's not really going to be much of a cost, if any. I feel this project will heavily rely on my editing skills, which is my strongest area. Also, having to self-direct and produce is a huge importance, as I feel my directing and producing skills are of high quality. It also gives me a chance to test my independence and to use my experience from previous modules which relied heavily on independence. For my plan or schedule of work, I need to first solidify location. I think that's the most important, so I know where I'm working from. I have a good idea I'll either be using Coventry or Birmingham city centre, as that's quite a crowded place and I should be able to film there. I need to get myself signed off on the camera equipment, as there's been a mistake at the loan shop and I couldn't get anything out to do test shoots. And I've been too ill to go in and speak to Bex about that, so as soon as I'm well enough I'll be right in, sort that out, and then I can do an actual test shoot. I do have an idea of how to do my test shoot. It's just a case of making sure that it actually works, what I want to do, but I've seen it done before. I need to set dates and get my actors, but those two come hand in hand really, so the actors are when I can film and when I can film is when the actors can film as well. I also might need someone that can help out with sound and recording on the actual day of the shoot, because I don't think one pair of hands is going to be enough and I need another pair of eyes. The second years need work experience, so I'm sure some of them will be available, and if not, I have several friends on the course that can help me out. Finally, I'll then get to the edit, which will probably take the longest time because that's what I want to show off the most to future employees. In terms of a creative supporting artefact, I've finished the storyboard and the actual script, so I have a solid idea of what I can shoot and edit. I just need to test it. I created a simple test using footage from the film You've Got Mail, just to show what kind of atmosphere I'm going for. although a low quality, I know that I can get the slow motion to work and look effective now based on what I've done with this. My biggest viability is the fact that I actually have a musician who will do the musical score. It's a key part of my final project, so that was one of the more important things that I needed to sort out. His name's Kai Carter, and he's agreed to release any music he already has which might be suitable or work within my film, but he has also said that if there isn't, he will create it. He can play various instruments, including the bass and drums, which is the kind of sound I was going for. These are some clips of what I can do, and showing him actually at a gig playing some of his instruments, like the double bass and the ukulele. I feel that my short is viable as I have a musician sorted, which is going to be an integral part of my piece. I finalised a script and have a solid idea. I also have detailed storyboards so I can work to it, and I know what to shoot when it comes to shooting. I'm excited to take this project forward as it's a chance to show future employees what I can do. This piece heavily relies on my storytelling and editing ability, and I actually get to show this. I want to continue a career in editing, so this thing is perfect for me. I'll be doing the project mainly alone, and I need to be realistic at what I can actually do by myself. However, there's a big idea behind the simplicity of what I'm doing, so hopefully that'll allow my piece to be watchable and enjoyable. Also, there's a chance to expand my idea and include more moments. If there isn't enough to my story, there's always the chance to film more.